Let's check it real quick.
Yeah, we should be rolling, but Shalom, I can, Lord willing, we rolling. Just give us a second. We're gonna make sure that this stream is going right. The connection was kind of bad.
That's good.
Is it rolling?
Mm-hmm.
All right, kind. So yeah, we back. So Shalom, Shalom, we back. So pardon us for that. The stream was kind of, messing up, so we wanted to start a new one. But we can just pick up where we left off at, though.
Okay, Hebrews 12, and I'm going to start back at verse 7. It says, if ye endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons.
Yeah, so like I was saying, if you endure the chastening, Yahweh B'Shem Shai, he deals with you as he deals with sons, man. Okay? So it's not about what you went through 3 and 4 years ago, it's did you endure what you went through.
Right.
Okay? Because there has been men before us that came into this truth that were being chastised. Mm-hmm. They got weary in it. And that's a no-no, man.
Right.
When you get tired of enduring the chastisement, that means you become a rebel. You begin to rebel and you grab that belt. And that's one of the worst things you could do is when your father's whooping your ass, you grab that belt, man. Okay? And I know that from experience, man. No matter, how bad the whooping that my father used to give me, I knew not to grab that belt, man.
Yeah.
Because you got to just go through your ass whooping, man. Okay? And that's the same thing in the spirit. And shalom to all of you brothers on the comment board. Israelite, wake up. Hey, shalom, Brian King, shalom to you brothers, man. But it's about enduring the chastisement because the Lord is trying to chastise you to get a message across.
That's right.
Okay? So.
Yep. It says, for what son is he whom the father chasteneth not?
Yeah. Like, look at Esau, man. Look at the so-called white man. Like we was bringing this out at camp. All right? The so-called white man, he's sitting on top of $500,000 right now. If not, that's just, just for numbers' sake, which we know he got more. But he got a Bentley, 3-car garage, 6 bedrooms.
Right.
He gets to commit adultery and keep his wife. He gets to, eat all kind of pork and abominations and live to 105 years old.
Right.
He gets to travel around the country and do orgies and do whatever the hell he want to do. With it seems like with no repercussions at all. Right. And why is that? Because the Lord ain't dealing with them. They gonna have their way, they gonna have their cup in the lake of fire, man. If we dealing with whatever we dealing with right now, understand the reasoning behind why we going through it. Okay? It's to yield forth the peaceable fruits of righteousness, man. Right. We're being established right now. The establishing of the house of David is happening right now before the eyes of the world. They just don't see it. Okay? So when we understand that this is taking place and this is happening, understand that the process of being a king on the throne is going to be correction, chastisement. No, that's wrong. And it may come, like I said, it may come in the form of reproof. It may come in, chastisement comes in different forms, man. But it must be endured. Okay?
That's right.
Because you have to understand why it's happening to you, man. Okay? Don't ever second guess the chastening of the Lord. Okay? Don't ever buck up against it. Okay? It's to help you out, man. Okay? It's to build you. It's to build your mind. Because the biggest fight that you're going to face in this truth is going to be in your head, man. When all the brothers are gone, and it's just you and your mind, man, going back and forth, the spirit against the flesh, that's going to be the biggest part of your fight. And the Lord sends you through chastisement so that you can battle it, man. Okay? So that you can extract and bring forth those spiritual jewels that he planted within your spirit. So that you can battle the flesh and be a king sitting on top of the world, man. Okay? You got it, my brother.
That's right. No, I just finished it up. It says, verse 8, it says, but if ye be without chastisement, wherefore all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
That's right. And who is that? Who is that? Like we said, who is that bastard child? Esau, man. Get that Hebrews 12 and 16 real quick. Because Esau is that bastard child, man. Esau is that fatherless child. Okay?
Yeah, I'm in chapter 12. So I just jumped in.
Come.
This is Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Go ahead.
For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought carefully with tears.
Right. So meaning that the Lord wasn't dealing with Esau, man. When he cries it for that blessing, he didn't inherit the ultimate blessing, which was the dominance over the planet Earth, to dominate the nations through righteousness. Esau didn't receive that. So therefore, he's a bastard, okay? And you don't want to become that bastard, because 2/3 of our people right now are considered bastard childs in the eyes of the Lord, man. And they're going to be adopted back through that nuclear missile fire, man. That's right. That's the only way the Lord is going to accept 2/3 back into the fold, all right? Yep. They're going to be adopted through that nuclear fire, man, okay? But the elect is already being adopted through the sacrifice of Yahushua, the blood of Yahushua. And a part of that adoption, okay, is being whooped into shape.
I got something real quick.
Come.
This is
if you want me to get it, I can get it for you.
Okay, Isaiah 48:10.
I got you.
Because he made a statement of how the 2/3, they're being they're basically going to be brought back through the nuclear fire, man. All right, that's the way the Most High is going to plead with them. All right, but the righteous men, okay, of the elect, we're going through the spiritual fire, man. Which is what? Chastisement.
Come.
You go ahead.
Come. This is Isaiah chapter 48 and verse 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
Right. See, I've chosen thee in the furnace of affliction, man. All right, going through these different trials, various forms of hell. That's how the Most High is choosing us, man. All right, going through that spiritual furnace, man. Which, like the brother said, man, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you're going to have to face that physical furnace, man.
That's right.
Which is going to end in thermonuclear destruction. All right? You read that again?
Come. It's Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
Right, and then we're also, all right, I believe that's in the book of Malachi, where it says, the Lord said he'll make up his jewels. We're like spiritual gems or jewels to the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We got the filth on us from the world. We was in our, in our wickedness, so to speak. So the Lord got to chastise us to purge off that dross, man.
That's right.
To make us pure, all right, basically make us pure before Yahushua come, man. So we're clean.
God, it's a little bit more too.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. For mine own sake, even for mine own sake, will I do it. For how should my name be polluted? And I will not give my glory unto another.
Right. He's not going to give his glory unto another, man. This is the will. It say what? He's going to do it for his own sake, man.
Yep. Because he put his name on the children of Israel.
That's right.
So he ain't going to let the children of Israel just get away scot-free. He's like, no, I'm going to do it for my name's sake, man. Yahweh's name is in the tribe of Judah, man.
That's right.
Yahweh did, man. So he said, you know what? I'm going to purge you in the furnace of affliction for my sake, man. For my name's sake. And that's what's happening right now, brothers. Okay? And we must endure that fire, man. It burns, man. At times it's uncomfortable. But a solution to the fire is the scriptures. Okay? That's your spiritual ointment, man. Read these scriptures, man. The Lord, hey, you might be going through something, and all it takes is just for you to open up that book, man. And the Lord is going to direct your fingers to that chapter. That's going to make that fire feel better, man.
Yeah.
Okay? But you got to embrace the chastisement, man. It's tough. But hey, check it out, man.
Yeah.
Get into the spirit of it so you could better deal with that fire and become refined. And you could close that book. You're going through hell, and after you read, you can close that book and feel better in your spirit. Like, yeah, man, it helped out, man. It gave me better insight. I understand it now, man. And that's going to do what? It's going to yield. It's going to blossom the fruits of the spirit that the Lord planted within you. Now, if you get vexed on it, with the chastisement. You get tired of it. Next thing you know, your videos is dwindling. You ain't doing videos like that. When you come around, your spirit is just dull. Nobody hears from you anymore.
Right.
Okay? Your brother's got to call you and see what's going on with you. That's why, because you ain't enduring the chastisement, man.
That's right.
You getting mad. You getting puffed up in the spirit against that belt, man. All right? And that's going to be a good way to find your ass on the opposite side, man. And none of us want that, man.
Right.
Okay? So, and the Lord is saying, look, I adopted you through the remission, through the remission of your sins, through the blood of Yahweh Shai, you were adopted. So, in order for me to fully bring you back, I'm going to have to chastise you. I'm going to have to purge you. I'm going to have to bring some fire and cleanse that dross off of you. So you can be perfect and you can be mine. But you got to accept, the reality of the chastisement, man, like we brought out. The word chastisement means to punish or to afflict and to recall back to duty. Okay? It speaks about going through punishment to be reclaimed.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's right.
Something real quick.
You got something?
Yeah.
Then we can jump
This,
back.
this from the brother from Yad Mahar. All right, from off the comment board. Shalom. All right, this is Job 5:17. Behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth. Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. So, it says, happy is the man whom the Most High corrected. So, really, you should really, it should be a comforting thing when you catch a hell, be dealing with you. You should be happy. You should embrace that, because ultimately, it's your growth. It's gonna lead to your growth. It's gonna lead to a stronger, harder spirit to endure. When things come, that have been through a lot. Been through hell and back. They have a real tough skin, man. They're able to bear whatever's thrown at their way. I'm gonna read it. Job 5:17. Behold, happy is the man whom the Most High corrected. And like the brothers was saying, if really that's a bad spirit to have, if you basically feeling a certain type of way about the Most High,
Right.
when you grab that belt, and try to buck up, like the brother said, you start dwindling, your fire start dwindling. That's because you're not happy that the Most High is correcting you. You're really getting upset.
Yep.
You're like, damn, man, I keep getting my ass fucking whooped. So it says, therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. So, hey, don't despise it, man. Don't despise the when the Lord gets on you, because like I said, that's leading to your growth. Okay, you should really, whenever you go through things, really the first thing you should be saying is the water Yahweh El Shai. Because that's another experience under your belt. Y'all brothers got it.
If I can say too, there's another scripture that says, roughly paraphrasing, the things that are taken cheerfully. Surah chapter 2, man.
Actually, it's a little bit more.
Yeah. So you catching that hell, like the brother Gamal said, man. You gotta change your perspective on what the chastisement is, man. And understand that at the end of the day, that this is for our betterment, man. It's for our growth, like the brother said, man. Not to tear you down and
right.
Cast you out to the abyss.
Yeah, give you low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem. You just out of it. Nah, man, it's to make you a better servant of Yahweh Shai.
That's right, brother.
You said more?
Yeah. It says, for he maketh sore and he bindeth, verse 18, for he maketh sore and bindeth up, he woundeth and his hands make whole. Hey, well, just like we said, that word chastise means to recall. So the Lord is, he's gonna basically put a problem in your way and give you a solution. Yep. He's gonna, for your growth, like the brother said, So he bindeth, it says, he maketh sore and bindeth up, he wounded and his hands make whole. So basically the Lord took you through that just so that you'll have experience for the next time something comes along. And now you're able to handle it better. Now you're able you know, grow. You know, so like I said, everything that you go through, you should really be in the spirit of thanking the Most High. You know.
That's right, brother.
Mm-hmm. Y'all brothers got it.
I got one real quick. This is Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
That's right. Hey, it said we must. You know, it's not an option, man. You know, when you could choose, well, you know, I ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do something else.
Right.
You know, nah, man, it's mandatory, man.
Come.
That this path we walk to the kingdom is gonna be what? It said,
It says that,
yep.
I'll read it again. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
Right, through much tribulation, enter to the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, man. That's that straight gate. All right, you read about, and I believe that's Matthew the 7th chapter. You know, where it says a few be that go in thereat. You know, but why does it get that leading to destruction? You know, so this path that we're walking to the kingdom tribulation, you know, hey, it's only a few select men that's going to be able to bear it, man. You know, but it's mandatory, man.
That's right,
you know. There's no other way. All right, you can get to the kingdom, but through that path of much tribulation, man.
That's right. You know? And you know, when you are going through certain things, whether it's an affliction or a temptation, because those are different things. A temptation is when you tempted by Satan, you know, to fulfill the lust of the flesh. An affliction is when something just comes upon you and it's uncomfortable and inconvenient unto your situation. Okay? So when you're being afflicted and when you're being tempted, you got to know how to discern the two. You know? And understand that some things is brought unto you from the Most High, and some things is being brought to you by Satan.
That's right.
Okay? Temptations come from Satan. Afflictions, infirmities, and things of that nature, they come from the Lord, man. Chastening, correction, and reproof, those are the spiritual things that come from the Lord. Okay? The temptations come from Satan. So you got to understand, okay, I'm being tempted right now. All right? So I got to resist. All right? I got to resist this temptation. I pray. You know, I'm gonna steadfastly resist it. Or and if you're being afflicted, then you don't resist the affliction.
Right.
All right. You embrace it. So you got to know how to discern it. You got to understand what's happening to you. Okay. The Lord has many different forms and many different avenues of purging His vessels.
That's
okay.
Right.
It's different ways. So understand, you know, why you're being chastised, why you're going through certain scenarios and situations. Why, it seemed like your back is against the wall, and you know, hey, when you understand it, you deal with it a lot better. Okay, you understand the end result, the outcome of why you're dealing with it, man.
Right.
Okay, and I got one real quick. Then we can jump back into Hebrews 12 because it goes into that.
Yeah, the whole, yep.
This Revelation 3:19. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. You know, so that's clear cutting to the point, man. You know, hey, if you being chastened and you in this truth, that's the Lord showing that He loves you, man. Don't be them brothers where the Lord stopped showing you that love, man. Okay?
Right.
Because when the Lord take away that love, man, the scriptures say He would have to crucify Yahweh Shai to refresh. That ain't gonna be done, man. So just endure it, man. You know, it ain't no second shots.
Right.
All right? You got the perfect opportunity to become a leader, a world leader. All of us, man, we have the perfect opportunity to become a pillar in the tabernacle of David, a brick, you know, that's going to oversee righteous policies on the planet Earth under the helm of Yahweh Bashim Shai and King David, man. Okay? Right. We have the perfect opportunity.
Just like that movie 8 Mile. You only get one shot.
Yeah.
Do not miss your chance.
Do not miss your chance to to blow.
To blow, yeah.
This ain't a revolving door thing, man.
Right.
You know, this ain't a revolving door. Okay, either you in or out. Like the elder Ariala, if I'm not mistaken, you know, just put a video up called "Are you all the way sold out? Are you sold out, or are you all in?" Okay, and it's a spirit behind that, man. There's a lot of people right now already got the chip without the chip even being in them. They already got the chip. Because of their mind frame. They already worship the image of the beast. So once the image of the beast push out that chip, what you think the mind frame of these people, what you think they're gonna do? They're gonna go take it. So a lot of people already got the chip, man. Okay? So we have to be in the mind frame of enduring the chastisement and building up, a level of just mental grit, mental strength, so that when that hour of temptation comes, it's nothing.
That's right.
It's nothing. We've been resisting so much, that we know through the Spirit of the Lord, I've gotten this far. I've resisted this much temptation. Well, I'm gonna resist this until the eye open. And that's all the Lord is looking for, man. Okay?
That's right.
And before we get to that point, he's showing us the love through chastisement, man.
That's right.
So he's priming us, brothers. Okay? So don't just don't understand half of the spectrum.
Right.
Whether, we gonna catch hell. Yeah, man, of course Jake is accustomed to catching hell. So everybody, what they say, embrace the struggle. That's common amongst even 2/3 of struggling. But 2/3, the difference is they don't know why they struggle. And that's where we have to understand, why are we being chastised? Why are we struggling? When you understand that, then you become mentally fit for the battle. You could be on the other side of the camp and understand that you're going to catch hell.
Right.
You could be on the other side of the camp and understand about the temptations of Satan, infirmities, everything that comes with it. You can know that that's going to come. But when it does come, you don't understand why it's happening, though. You knew it would come, but it's burning you so much that you can't embrace it, because the heat is too on, man. Okay? So we have to understand why we're going through this, and the scriptures gives us the underlying details of why we being chastised and being purged in the furnace of affliction. It's to be better men. It's to be better leaders, to be better sons. Okay? To Yahweh Shema Shai. Better brothers to each other. Better followers. Okay? Be more austere. Be more on point. Charitable. All these things are doing that to build us up all the way until we sitting on the throne judging the world, man.
That's right.
Okay? We can go back to that Hebrews 12. That's all I had.
Come on. This is back in Hebrews 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 9, which we left off at.
Come.
It says, furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence.
Yeah, so I know my father used to whoop me and get on me hard, man. Growing up, I had a rough father, man.
Yeah.
He showed love. We had good times with our father. He joked with us. He was real funny. But at the same time, my dad was real serious, man, when it came down to his orders. Okay? And unto this day, I still reverence my own father of the world. I still got a level of fear when my father tells me certain things, man. That's not contrary to the spirit, man. All right? Because you might not think, but hey, the Lord was working through your father when you was at a young age, man, to keep your ass in line. So he could use your father to this day to check you, man.
Yeah, that's right.
To tell you stop doing certain things, man, because that spirit of fear is already instilled. So we respected our fathers of the flesh. Okay, go ahead, bro.
It says, shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?
That's right. Okay, so we got to be in subjection to the chastisement, man. Some brothers, man, they get into a council, and next thing you know, they just turn into a whole man.
Yeah.
Just ball up like a shrimp, a boiled shrimp, man.
That's right.
Just curl up, man. Like a boiled piece of shrimp.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man, be in subjection to the Father of spirits and live. But Jake be so egotistical. They have pride issues. They have certain complexes about themselves, and it spills over, and it clouds the ministry of Yahweh Shai due to their own ego, man. All right, this ministry has no egos are involved, man.
Right.
All right, It's straight facts, straight truth. Okay? Right and wrong. No gray areas involved in this ministry, man. Okay? So when the chastisement comes upon you, and especially if you got witnesses, if you got 2 and 3 brothers that's echoing the same sentiment, humble down, man, and endure it, man.
That's right.
Be in subjection to the Father's spirits, man. And live. Because if you endure the chastening, what is he going to do? He's going to purge you, and he's going to take that spirit off you, and you're going to become a better vessel, a better spirit, man.
That's right.
You know, you was going to say something?
Yeah, if I could say too, with guys like that get that get offended, and they, like you mentioned, the council, you gotta trust the brothers around you that Yahweh Shai is speaking through those men.
Yep.
You gotta know how you gotta identify the spirit in brothers, man. They look at this carnal man like, oh, he's just picking on me, or he's just
tripping.
Y'all tripping, man. I ain't, You
Right.
gotta understand the Most High speaks through his men. All right, Yahweh Shai ain't gonna just come down directly, manifest in the flesh and deal with your ass, man. All right, he's gonna put the spirit on the brothers around you to check you, man.
That's right.
Whether it's one-on-one or in a council form, well, even in the video. You know.
That's right,
so you
bro.
gotta understand that too, man. You gotta have these are the men of the Lord. You mean the Lord ain't gonna send his voice through them to check you, man?
That's right.
But it says, keep going.
Yeah, come, bro.
It says, verse 10. It says, for they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure.
Right, meaning our fleshly fathers. They chasten us after their own pleasure. All right? Meaning, hey, if you didn't take out the trash, you get chastised.
Right.
If you didn't wash the dishes or clean the counters or make your bed or vacuum, if you didn't cut the grass or do certain things according to the orders that he set up in his household, then he'll chasten you according to his own pleasure. Because those are his orders. Those are his commandments. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
It says, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness.
That's why Shai chastens us for our own profiting, man. All right?
That's right.
That's why the Lord chastens us for our own profiting, for our own growth, okay? For our own benefit, all right? But it's a process, it's a necessary process that has to be done, okay? There's no other way around entering into the kingdom of heaven except through the chastisement and the many tribulations and afflictions that come along this walk, all right? Because we've contracted so many unclean ways and spirits being in Babylon that the Lord is not just going to allow us to waltz our black asses into the kingdom of heaven with listening to young Gucci Man in the earphones, man.
Yeah.
You got Gucci playing in the earphone, you in the kingdom of heaven, huh? Not listening to the Lord.
Right.
Nah, man, there's a lot of things that got to be purged out, that got to be, excommunicated, spiritually, man. All right. So the way that the Lord does that is through chastisement, man, punishment, man.
That's right.
All right. And hey, man, I remember, one time I used to play football, and when I first started playing football, I didn't like contact, because it was new. I wasn't used to full-fledged contact. All right. So my dad used to be out at the practice, and I'm just giving an example, but he got this big buff dude. He was older than me, and my dad told him, he said, hey, you see that kid right there, that number right there? He said, I want you to run over there and just hit him real hard, just sneak him, And then I'm just sitting there, I'm looking at, practice, and I'm looking at practice. Next thing you know, I'm just getting swept off my feet. Boom. It's like, in my head, I'm thinking like, man, why the hell did my dad tell him to do that, man?
Yeah.
It's like, why did he tell him to do that? But then, I understood it afterwards. Like, cause he was like, you know why I told him to do that? He was like, cause you got to get tougher. You scared of contact. See? So that's the Lord.
That's right.
Yep. The Lord sees certain things about you, so he gets you the hard way, man. Hey, I wouldn't rather have it no other way, man.
That's right. That's right.
Because it teach you the truth, and the reality of what you're involved with, man. Okay? That's right. And that's what the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is trying to get through to his elect. But
I got it.
Was it a little bit more to that?
Oh yeah, it's still a little more.
Come.
Well, I just
Nah, go ahead.
I'm gonna let y'all brothers roll out.
okay. Verse 11. It says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous.
Yeah, so sometimes that fire burns, man. You know, nobody's saying that it's going. Yes. We, you know, brothers are saying, you know, you're supposed to take it like a champ.
Right.
You know, like nah, it's grievous, man. It's uncomfortable. At times it burns. At times it's just like, you know, it ain't cool. At times, man. Nobody just like, you know, smiles after ass whooping. Okay, go ahead, bro.
It says, nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness.
That's right. That's the point. After the afflictions, after the chastisement, after the tribulation, it yielded forth the peaceable fruits of righteousness, man. Patience, faith, virtue, okay? Long suffering, brotherly kindness, charity. It brings all of those things out of you if you endure. And that's why we go through it. That's the reason why we go through it. All right? So those spirits can actually come forth and you can be a better vessel unto Yahweh Shema Shai. And that's the only way that the Lord can extract those spiritual fruits that's within you is through chastisement. So understand why it's happening. Don't ever because you're going through a little something, man. That ain't fair, okay? That's not fair to the Lord, okay? Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, Yahweh Shai endured, you know, being crucified, being, you know, falsely accused, betrayed, murdered, okay? Yahweh Shai endured all of that, man.
He didn't give up on you.
Yeah, he didn't give up on us. So now you catch a flat tire. Now you about to lead a camp. You know, you get reproved. Now next thing you know, brothers ain't right.
Yeah, brothers is wicked.
You ain't right, man.
You know.
Okay. So endure the chastening, man. Endure it so you can be that. So you can see the spirit that the Lord has on you, man. So you can witness the power of Yahweh Shema Shai constantly being manifested through you, through your growth, man. It's like, man, you know, 3 years ago, I didn't even know this, man.
Right.
But it's like this truth is constantly peeling back layers unto me because you constantly enduring and you taking it, you know, as cheerfully as possible, man. You know?
That's right.
Was it more to that, brother?
I finished this verse off. It says, nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the result.
Yep.
The peaceable fruit. You know, because that's really what, I mean, the Lord is basically taking us through this so we can get that peaceable fruit of righteousness. You know, and like the brother Tazwan was saying, you know, going back to you know, parenting, you have different styles of parenting. You know, and a lot of the more lenient parents or more the parents that were you know, not as aggressive or whatever, you know, those kids that grow up and once they get in the real world, they got to learn a lot of real life situations the hard way. You know, whereas the parents that were hard and strict on their children, they already knew better because their parents already was on them. They was already instilling it in them. Like, you know, a lot of kids, you know, you see that go to college, their parents wasn't strict. They go to college and act a damn fool.
Yep, they get hooked on opioids, cocaine.
Yep. That is you know, I mean, the result of bad parenting, all right, is the kid, the child goes up and is bad fruit, okay?
Yeah.
And gotta learn a whole shit ton of lessons the hard way, because now the world is in their face. Because the parent didn't actually prepare them for the real world. You know, the harsh realities of the world just hits them in the face. Now, like the brother said, they get addicted on drugs. Why? Because the world is kicking their ass. Their parents didn't instill toughness in them. All right. And I got, this is Proverbs 13 and 24.
That's right, brother.
He that spareth his rod hateth his son. All right? And that's, if you spare your rod from your child, that's really an act of hatred. Okay?
Yeah.
Because, you know, you ain't bettering them. Okay? All you're doing is allowing them to be a demon.
Yep, that's true.
You know?
It's true.
It says, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes. All right, and that word betimes means early. So you actually have to do it. You actually have to chastise. You're at a young age. You gotta whip that belt out, man.
That's right.
As soon as they, my son, you know, my son is little. He's about to be 2. Hey, but he's at the age where he can actually he knows right from wrong. So you know, I'll pop him sometimes, you know, and you know, but you want to instill that. You want to do that early so that you so that they don't grow up and resent you.
Yep.
You know.
That's the truth. If I could bring out a quick definition, the brother Dawada, man, you know, up there. My brother Yahweh Shalom Dawada, but he got the definition of strict, and there's some key words in here that's it's a heavy definition, man. All right, so it says early 15th century, narrow, drawn in, small, meaning, hey, you know, ain't no room for bullshit. You know, small. You know, you have certain jobs you work. There's zero tolerance policy. There ain't no room for the bullshit. That's what strict means, man. All right. It says from Latin, strictus, drawn together, close, tight. Principle of stringer, to draw or bind tight. So the Lord, through the strictness, the Lord keep you straight and tight on that narrow path, man. You know, on one side is, you know, is that bullshit on one side. You look on the other side, there go that bullshit on the other side.
Yeah.
A deep fire on one side and a deep sea on the other side, a roaring rage, man. And how does the Lord keep your ass on that straight path? Through the correction, man. You know, the chastisement, man. It keep you hook, line, and sink on that path, man. So you won't go off. Hey, that's why the scripture say, Proverbs 22 and 6, train up a child in the way he should go. Therefore, when he is older, he will not, depart from it, man. Meaning depart from what? The path that you drove out for him. You know, my dad used to be on me and the brother Karatazar, which Karatazar is my blood brother in the camp. But my dad used to be on us so much that when we came into our adulthood, man, there was certain things that we wouldn't do, man.
Yeah,
you know, just for fear, you know, sometimes for fear and just sometimes because just like, man, I ain't doing that shit, man. That should have made my dad mad.
You weren't raised like that.
Yeah, you know, that should have made my father mad, man, if I do some shit like that, man. So the instruction and the discipline that he instilled within us, until this day, we still carry that forward. So what more Yahweh Bashim Awashai, who trying to give you a kingdom, man?
That's right.
Who trying to give you dominion? Who trying to give you your heart's desire, man? What more enduring his chastisement, man? Now his is going to come on the level of spirituality, man.
Right.
Mentally. And he's you, cause why is it mental? Because he's going to use you to govern the planet Earth. So you gotta have a strong mind, a strong mentality. That's why he takes us through it, brothers. Okay? Understand the end result and build yourself according to the end result, man. Okay? But that's all I wanted to say on that note. Did you have any more?
I got one more.
If you want me to get it, I'll get it for you so you can break it down.
Okay, it's Matthew 25, Matthew 16 and 24.
All right, this is Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
Yeah, so that's a part of this thing is taking up your cross, you know. That's you know, the lesson being why, you know, understand why you're being chastised, right? Well, Yahushua said, bear your own cross, okay? What does that mean? That means, well, Yahushua is bearing his cross. He's bearing the sins of the elect, all right? So we have to do the same thing. We have to do it on in return for Yahushua, okay?
That's right.
Bear your own cross, okay? just like Yahushua did this for you, you have to return the favor now. Okay. Now it's the elect's turn. Now it's the men of the Lord's turn to show Yahushua and go through these things because he went through it for us. Okay. That's why it says bear your own cross, meaning go through these things, man. You know, because he went through. Yahushua went through way more. I mean, it's not even, you can't even compare, you know, the amount of things that Yahushua went through as compared to us today, man. You know,
if I could say, he took on the how do you say the brunt of it, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, that's why the scriptures say our burden is, you know, like Apostle Kabari says, we don't got to get nails driven through our hands, man. You know, we don't got to physically go up on the cross and you know, and perish, so to speak. You know, our affliction and burden is light, man, because Yahushua already took on the brunt of that hell, man.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
But it was, yeah, that's pretty much it I had to say.
All right, I think it was just a little
bit
more.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
One more verse.
Verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
That's right. And that's, you know, through that chastisement, you're gonna lose your life, man. Okay? The Lord, that's one way that the Lord chastises you, is losing you know, losing the world, okay? You know, yeah, you're gonna lose out on the riches, you're gonna lose out on the women and all these different things. That's a part of the chastisement. You gotta see all these niggas living good and shit, you know. But it says, whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it, and that's the reward. And that's the main thing that you have to focus on is, you know, the really the main reason you're going through this is for that reward, okay? The main reason that you're willing to take on these things is for the reward, you know?
That's right, brother. I have one real quick.
You got it.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 3, and I'm gonna go down to about, matter of fact, let me see, 3:3. It says, but no, it's a lot. I'm at 2 Thessalonians. All right, 1 Thessalonians 3:3. It says that no man should be moved by these afflictions, for yourselves know that we are appointed thereunto. So we shouldn't be removed out the body because we getting afflicted. Because a brother just got on you about some bullshit that you did. Now you want to just, ultimately, you done made up your mind. You done with the body. You know, that's pride, man.
Yeah.
That's pride, man. Acting like you the cream of the crop. You just some, you know, loan shark that just got it, man. And you don't need brothers. Brothers can't get on me.
Right.
That's pride, man. Hey, and and the Lord gonna deal with certain guys like that, man. Yeah. The Lord gonna start dealing with guys like that soon, quick too, man. You're gonna start making dudes like that examples, you know, because it's some straight bullshit, man. That come, you supposed to know they're gonna come, and you shouldn't be moved by it, man. To where you willing to sacrifice relationships with brothers, you know, friendships. You know, you willing to sacrifice, you know, battling on the highways and byways with a brother with a common judgment as you, man. All because your feelings hurt, man.
And it'd be a lot of times it'd be the ones that talk the most talk.
Yeah.
You know, talk the biggest game. Yeah, I could take this hell. You know what I'm saying? Then when Satan try your ass, you know,
you fold up.
You fold
like a damn chair, man.
Yeah. Fold like fucking clean laundry, man.
If I could say that, you gotta have that. Hey, you mentioned how they come into the truth. Hey, when you come into the knowledge, man, you gotta read the whole pamphlet, so to speak, man.
Yep. That's right.
You know, you gotta understand what you're signing up for, man. You know, and not just like you said, don't look at just one side of the spectrum, man. You know, you're coming into the truth to be purged, to be built up, to be better. You know, nobody got it fully, man. If you had it fully, you wouldn't even be here. You'd be in a spirit. You'd be in a chariot right now.
That's right. That's right.
You know, so you can't have that attitude of, man, I got it. I'm just the great holy one. No, you're not, bro.
God.
You're not. All right.
Hey, I was gonna say what you said reminded me of, if y'all ever seen that movie Drumline, right?
Yeah.
They had a rule book, you know, and you know, Nick Cannon, he read the rule book or whatever, and it was like, if you don't read the last page of the rule book, if you don't read the rule book, your head will be shaved. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta read this whole thing, man, or else you miss out on something. You miss out on something. You gonna bear a consequence that you're not gonna like.
Hey, that's true. That's true, brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the importance of, you know, having this truth up in you, you know, to the best of your ability, man.
That's right.
You know, even if you read, you gotta read. You can't just read the whole book and then put it down, man. There ain't no R.L. Stein Goosebumps book, man. You know.
Yeah, right.
You know, when you read it, you one and done it, man. No, man, you gotta constantly pick these words up because they living. They are living words, man.
That's right.
All right. So these words, they move spiritually. They moving, man. You got to go back into Thessalonians, Philippians. You got to go back into Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus. You know, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruths, 1st, 2nd Samuel, 1st, 2nd Kings. You know, 1st, 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. You got to go through these books, man. You know, and keep that spirit flowing within you. You know, so that when a chastisement come or a correction come, you know, you don't fold up like a lawn chair, man, like the brother said.
Because you got the foundation of the scriptures, you know, and that's a part of really having that foundation, is knowing these things, you know, really, and really a lot of men that's coming into this thing, for, you know, that's one of the foundational things that you want to understand, that you're gonna catch hell. You know, that's like the first step of coming into this thing. You want to you know, like you know, what this brother told one brother coming into camp, hey, buckle up, man. You know, you gotta buckle up and get ready for a bumpy ride, man, because it ain't gonna be easy, man. You know,
hey, and that's love.
That's love.
You tell a brother, hey, buckle up, get ready. You ain't telling them that to scare them. You telling them that, hey, all right, brother, this is what we dealing with, man.
Warning them.
You know. And who better to say it than a brother that's been, you know, the Spirit of the Lord has had grace and mercy upon to you know, get a little room behind it, man. You know, to tell a brother that, man. Because sincerely, hey, buckle up.
Yeah.
Get ready, man. You know, all eyes is going to be on you, man. Ain't now you stepping into the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai now, man. So buckle up. He going to spank you. You know, he going to check you. He going to, you know, he's going to take you through that fire, bro. So get your spirit ready for it.
That's right.
You know, and when it comes, hey, it comes all of a sudden, man. You gotta embrace it, man. You know, and sometimes that's what a good leader does. He throws you off.
Yep.
You know, usually fickle.
Yeah.
Like my dad, man. It's like he'd come home and you wouldn't know if he'd be happy or hot. You know, you wouldn't know if he'd be happy or hot, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what kept us on our toes, man. When he pull up in the driveway, it's just like, oh shit. Well, it's the same thing with the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord he throw you off, man. You know, one minute you think, you know, everything is all fine and dandy, then next minute you just getting checked, man. You know, just getting checked out the blue, man. That's how the Lord does it, man. You know, so you got to embrace it when it comes, man. You got to, oh shit. You got to sit up quick. Oh, that's the spirit on my ass right now. You know? And then you got to repent. You got to pray. You fast. You know, that's the importance. That's why the Spirit has it where, you know, brothers going to the Hebrew. Tazamah out there in Dallas going to the Hebrew. You see the Elder Monaghan going to the Hebrew. You know, I myself, the Spirit is on me to do Hebrew videos. This brother Gamal, he puts a lot of prayers together and send them out personally, which the brother probably should start doing videos on them. But that helps, man. You know, when you're at a low point or you getting tempted or chastised and you send them prayers up to the Lord in a remorseful spirit, it helps you out, man. You know, you got to endure this thing, man. You know, but well, did anybody have something? You had something, bro?
Yeah, I had something. Cause brother mentioned how, you had mentioned how about Shema Shai gonna start dealing with these guys and start making, public examples, man. You know, dudes that are not taking correction. You know, and it's just you know, totally unruly, man.
Con, you want me to get it for you?
Yeah, it's Proverbs 15 and 10.
Con, this is Proverbs chapter 15, verse 10. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way. Hated reproof shall die.
You know, and that's pretty much straight to the point, man. You know, he that hateth reproof, you know, you're gonna be put to death, man. And real soon, you know, we still in the year, like we always say, we're still in the year of prophecy, all right? And part of prophecy, all right, is certain men being made examples, man, all right, for not being obedient to Yahweh Shah, man, and to taking heed to what the word says to do, man. You know, so, which is a part of that chastisement, all right, that's essential for you to endure in the truth, man.
That's right, brother.
If you can't take correction, pretty much you're not going to make it. You know, you're not going to make it. You know, we have guaranteed, because we had examples, you know, and I can't, you know, other brothers can testify, you know, in they various camps, you know, men that just couldn't take correction and look in the mirror and say, damn, you know, I messed up. They don't last, man. Eventually they get cast out, man.
Yeah, they act as if Yahweh Shah is making a mistake.
Yeah.
On correcting them.
Yeah.
You know, instead of them being in the flesh making a mistake.
And it's that pride you spoke about too.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like, come on, man. It's like, look, man, especially if you got brothers witnessing.
Yeah.
You know, you got 4 or 5 brothers echoing the same vibe against you.
Yeah.
And you still feeling like it's just y'all making a mistake.
Man,
or
y'all
the Lord making them.
Yeah.
It's like you saying the Lord is making a mistake. That's why he has witnesses. That's why he has certain men to press the point and to back up the point, the initial point that's made. He'll have 2, 3, 4, and 5 guys to back up the point that's being made. And Jacob still had in mind frame that the Lord is wrong, man. And because ultimately what it is they hate correction, man.
That's what it is, yeah.
They hate it. They can't stand it, man. Because it cuts your soul. It cuts your spirit so bad. And it makes you feel like a piece of shit. That's what it does.
Yeah.
When you get chastised and you get corrected, hey, that's right. Like the brother Thamyad just said, a real man admits his faults, man. You know, and that's the truth, brother.
Yeah.
You know, but when you get told the truth about yourself, it hurts. You know, it cuts you, man.
Yeah.
You know, you feel bad, you feel low. So how do you repair that? How do you repair the cut?
That's right.
First, you got to do what? You got to accept it. You got to just accept the truth. Damn, you right. Y'all brothers are right. You know, apologize. You know, then from that point, what do? You repent, and then you study, man. Just get in the spirit. Do videos. Show the Lord that you remorseful for what you've done. But Jake don't do that. They going, you know, you got them little badass kids, they get a whooping, and they go into the closet and close the door.
Yeah.
And just, start catching more demons.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Getting their feelings.
Then they come out the closet and just start being a badass little nuisance, being conniving, sneaky. Because you get mad when you get got on, man.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, I got a son. When I chastise my oldest son, my son be feeling bad, man. You know? My son be feeling real bad, man. And sometimes I have to tell him, man, look, man, you know, it's all right, man. You just got to do better. You know? It's like, hey, it's fine, man. The Lord knows you're going to slip, man. You're going to slip, man.
That's right.
But you got to make it right, man. You know? But like what the brother's saying, you know, if you forsake it, you're going to die, man.
That's right. That's right. You know?
We go on that.
Yeah.
A little bit more?
No. I think, that was it.
I got one real quick. It's
Okay.
from the brother Thamyad Mahar. Hey, brother been lighting up the comment board too.
Yeah, trying to hit the water too.
Gone. 5 and 3. But we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience.
Hey, he said we glory in it, man. Knowing that what tribulation worketh patience, man. You know, the word patience going to suffering. You know, go ahead.
God says, and patience experience, and experience hope.
That's right.
And
yeah.
hope.
Yeah, you go ahead.
And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of the Most High is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Spirit, which is given unto us.
Right, and it mentioned the love of Yahweh Shah, man. You know, which we was bringing out through this whole lesson All right, how the Most High chastens who He loves, man. You know, but it said it started off. It listed what from patience to the hope to the experience.
I read it says,
Yeah,
knowing that tribulation worketh patience,
Mm-hmm.
and patience experience, and experience hope.
Right, so we gain the experience, man. You know, so you got brothers around you that have experienced a little more.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that can tell you certain things and advise you through the Spirit. You know, and then through that we have what? We have hope, man.
That's right.
You know, hope in what? Salvation. All right, hope in the second coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. That's going to deliver us out of this hell, man. You know, and give us that crown. You know, for enduring all this hell, man. You know, go ahead.
It's like the
Yep.
I got a quick point. It's like
Yep.
the Lord is basically breaking you down to build you up.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can be built up, you gotta be low first.
That's right.
In order for you to know and understand what good is and good and righteousness, you have to see the lowest. You got to see the lowest of low in order for you to truly understand what good is.
Right.
You know, but it says, and we glory in tribulations. Tribulation worketh patience. Patience experience, and experience hope. Hope is what? That's the good. You know, and the tribulation is tough. You know, but that's, you know, the tribulation is the Lord breaking you down. The Lord is breaking you down just to build you up, to give you hope.
Right.
Okay? To give you the good. You know, and I think that was pretty much it on that.
Con, you got something more? I can get something real quick.
Con.
You know, if brothers didn't have anything, I can get something. We'll wrap it up soon.
Okay, I had like one more.
Okay, Con, this is I'm gonna go to 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 5. You can break it down, bro. It says, "But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions."
Right, watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, man. You know, I believe the word endure means to make hard, man. You know, so the Most High is making us hard. You know, and like you mentioned earlier, He getting us primed and ready for the times to come, man, because it's going to get even harder. You know, so we basically going through this, you know, this rigorous training regimen. You know, so when the real test comes, man, brothers, we're gonna be able to endure through the Spirit, man.
That's right.
All right. So it says what? Endure afflictions, man. Which is what you gotta do now. Go ahead.
Con, it says, "Do the work of an evangelist."
Do the work of an evangelist, man. I believe the word evangelist means a bringer of good tidings, man. All right. And that's what we're doing through the Spirit by what? Edifying the elect through these words, man. You know, doing the work. Go ahead.
"Make full proof of thy ministry."
Right. Make full proof thy ministry, man. I believe I looked that term. Make full proof. It basically means to make it built to endure, man.
Ooh.
You know, you know, you got something that's bulletproof. It can't be
Penetrated.
It can't be penetrated, man. You know, so through the Spirit, hey, that's the brotherhood, man. All right, each brother got to be built to a point where they're a strong stone, man. You know, and nothing can come against the ministry of Yahweh Shai through the Spirit. But all comes through what? Us enduring, man. Being made hard, man.
Yep.
You know? It was any more?
That was it.
Okay, come
That was it. You know, and I got one more too.
Go ahead.
Hebrews 10 and chapter 32. "But call to remembrance the former days in which after ye were illuminated, ye endured afflictions."
Hey, it's a fight at the end of the day, man. You know, it's a fight. It's a battle. You know, a spiritual battle, man. You know, you got to fight with the oppositions of Satan. You know, then you got to fight with yourself to a degree to stay in it, man. You know?
Yeah.
You know, fight. Go ahead.
That's right. All right, continuing on, it says, "Ye endure a great fight of afflictions, partly whilst ye were made a gazing stock both by reproaches and afflictions." You know, so hey, that's the scripture where people see that you know, pretty much dead to the world,
right?
And they count it as you just a loss. You just a casualty to America.
Yeah.
Oh man, you ain't go to college. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. You ain't on Facebook, Instagram. You ain't married with children.
Yeah. Right.
You know, so they look at you like, you know, you're a gazing stock. Like, why you going through all of this? Why you putting up with, you know, this? Why don't you come around and eat Thanksgiving with us, man? You know, why don't you come around for Christmas? So on and so forth, man. Gazing stock, man. Like, what the hell's wrong with this guy,
What's
man?
going on with this dude?
You know, because you enduring your afflictions. Okay? Verse continuing on, it says, "And partly while you became companions of them that were so used. So you become more companions with, you know, your forefathers, man. You know, with you know, Job and you know, the men that were before us that went through these same things. You become more of a companion unto them. That it said, because Scripture said that was so used. Okay. And remember, brethren, that we are just utensils, you know, for the purpose of Yahweh Shema Shai. We're just being used, you know, in order to fulfill the will of the Heavenly Father, man. You know, through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai. So understand that we're going to be used in certain ways in which it may be uncomfortable.
Right.
But understand that you're a utensil and the Spirit of the Lord is still using you. And because you're allowing the Spirit to use you and you're not rebelling, the Lord is going to establish you and He's going to make you that put you in that china cabinet where you're good. You know, you just a precious, you know, utensil unto the Lord, man. He's gotten His use out of you. Now He can pretty much shine you up and place you on display, man.
Right.
You know, that's what's happening with us brothers, man. You know,
Right.
so that was all I had, though. Brothers had anything?
Yeah, I can. If you had, well, I want probably this be a good one to close on. James 5 and 10.
Okay, come.
I think that'd be a good one to close on.
Okay.
If Gamal, if you ain't had nothing, Gamal.
No, y'all got
Okay.
Come. This is James chapter 5 and verse 10. Take, my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience.
That's right. You know, so we got the men of Yahweh Shai written up in the scriptures as what? As an example, man. You know, that's why it's imperative, you know, to what? Read, man. You know, and get the understanding and get the story, so to speak, and the examples of what our forefathers went through, man. You know, so we have basically like a spiritual template, so to speak, to move on through spirit.
That's right.
You know, what? Suffering, afflictions, and patience, man. It's suffering. Go ahead.
God, verse 11. Behold, we count them happy which endured. Ye have heard the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the world.
The Lord.
Of Salakia. And have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy.
Right. The Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy, man. All right. Let's do that. What? We have obtained His truth, you know, and through His Spirit, what? We're still enduring, man, through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai. All right. And we got the examples of what? Like I mentioned, the patience of Job, you know, his sufferings. And we seen what? Hey, Job got a crown, man. He said that, what? I think it's in the book, I forgot what chapter. But he said what? He gonna live to see the Lord's glory.
Yep.
Roughly paraphrasing, man. You know? So hey, we got the examples, man.
That's
So
right.
we gotta follow in their footsteps, so to speak. You know, and trust that what? Through that. All right? We're gonna receive a crown, man, and a reward. You know? So that was I think that was it.
It's a little bit more.
Oh.
I can keep reading.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 14 is, any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church and let them pray over him, anointing him with oil. Oh, Salakia, my bad. Verse 12. Salakia.
Yeah,
But it says, above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by earth, neither by any oath, but let your yea be yea and your nay be nay, lest ye fall into condemnation. This is the point.
That's right.
Verse 13. Is any among you afflicted? Let him pray.
That's right. Yeah. Pray, man. You know, is any among you afflicted? Pray. That's why it's important to pray for the Akim too, man. You know, you keep Akim's names in your prayer, man. The camp, you know, the apostles, the elders, you know, all the righteous brethren, man. You pray for them, man.
That's right.
You know, you pray the Lord give them the spirit to endure, man. You know, especially going to the times that we're going into, man. You know, but that was it. Let's you want to
Yeah, I just finished it off.
add some. Okay.
It says, is any merry, let him sing psalms. So,
That's right.
but yeah, man, you know, so that's pretty much the point of the lesson. Why we being chastised,
Right.
and hopefully, brothers, you know, you got better understanding. You can leave this video with a better understanding as to why you're going through things, and as to why the Spirit of the Lord is pretty much, you know, antagonizing you, so to speak. Is to bring forth the peaceable fruit so that you can be established on high over the other nations and over Israel, okay? And receive the crown of glory, and to be, established as a saint of the Lord, you know, with that spirit that stony flesh, that flesh being totally suppressed, and the spirit just blossoming 100%. That's why you're going through it, man. So the Lord is pretty much mortifying your members. He's killing off all of your vices. You know, he's killing off all of your impediments, your stumbling blocks that you face. He's killing them right now. And it comes sometimes in the form of chastisement and through afflictions and temptations to make you better. So with that, we're going to close out. Hopefully it was edifying. We're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders. And shalom to all of you brothers that chimed on the comment board. Tham Yad, the brother Dawada, Lamad Yazayan, all of you brothers, man, that chimed in and you left precepts and you added to the lesson, you added to the spirit as well. So this is also your works and your lessons as well. All right. So shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.